fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Jackal Vistamp and Vistamp bar and DX Vistamp bar from Kamen Rider Revice. I decided to do these two together because it just didn't make sense to me to do them separately. I mean, this one has the Vistamp with it. This is just a booster pack of 3 extra pieces of Vistamp bar. And I mean, what would a review of just this on its own even look like? So anyway, over here we have the DX Jackal Vistamp with 2 pieces of the Vistamp bar, and then we get 3 by themselves in this set, so we can have a full 5, so we can make the full display pictured here on the front of both boxes. The front of this box, you can see you actually get to see the Jackal form for Revi, which of course is a reference for X-Aid, and then Vice actually just turns into the skateboard. So that's kind of an interesting change of pace there. We don't have like a separate form. I mean, I guess technically it is a separate form for Vice, but not in the traditional way that he gets his own form. He just turns into a skateboard. Over here on the side, you can see Revi just holding the Jackal Vistamp. Over here, you just kind of see, you know, 2 instances of Vistamps plugged into the Vistamp bar. Not too much going on here on the bottom. I'm assuming, yeah, it's going to tell us we got the batteries included for free, which is always appreciated. And again, we just have Extreme Revi up here on the top with his skateboard. And then it shows you how you can put all 5 together to make the display, which of course we'll take a look at. And then it just, you know, running through the Vistamp in the driver, which of course we'll take a look at. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the packaging on that one. Over here, just kind of more of the same, showing you 3 pieces of the Vistamp bar, showing you the sticker there, which we'll get into in a little bit. The picture just kind of wraps around to the side. It's actually kind of cool. I like the look of that. And it's, again, just showing them plugged in, not a big deal. Over here, showing you the full display with Vice in his ghost form, because if you remember that episode where they all went to the hot spring, the onsen, he, like, jumped out of Iki and, like, possessed this for 5 seconds, and I'm assuming that's why they give us these stickers. Okay. And then over here on the back, again, just showing how you slide them in and connect them all to make the display, so nothing terribly interesting going on with the box over here, but pretty cool. This should be pretty fun to put these together, and I'm definitely interested in checking out the new Vistamp. So let's get everything out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here's everything you get in the 2 boxes. The one extension box literally just has 3 of these, and that's it. And then the other one has 2, and of course the Jackal Vistamp. I'm going to put this off to the side, and we'll save the best for last. Obviously, this is the most interesting part of the video. Oh, I did want to point out, you do get some of these stickers, so obviously you get 2 in this one, you get 3 in this one. They are a little different, so it's not just the same stickers over and over again. So if you have any interest in making it look like you got this from a Halloween adventure, you can go ahead, pop some of these stickers on. They do have like specific little spots where they're supposed to go, and it looks like they should line up size-wise. But I'm not going to bother with them. I just wanted to show them off. I'm going to put them back off to the side. So we'll go ahead and start connecting these. Basically how this is supposed to work. You have these little spots right here, here, and here. And then you have these little connector pieces here, here, and here. So you just kind of line them up. And then you want to slide this in. They don't really snap or anything, so you can take them apart like for storage if you want, which is nice. It's not a situation where once you snap them in, they're stuck forever and you're just kind of hoping you have somewhere to keep this for the rest of your life. But this, we'll just kind of go ahead and keep assembling this around. Shouldn't be too bad. Some of these, for some reason, like to go in a little bit easier than some of the others. And I do feel like it gets a little bit more difficult as you start to close this up. But we'll get this all snapped in here. This one's going to be interesting because I actually have to snap it in 2 places at once. So I'm going to do this one off camera. Alright, so here is the fully assembled tower all together. And I'd be lying if I didn't say it was a little suggestive. But I definitely think it looks pretty cool. It's coming across a little bit bluer on camera. It's definitely more of a teal in person. There's some green to it. We'll go ahead and we'll just start popping Vistamps on. They slide in pretty easily. I think it's a little weird down here at the bottom though, because I feel like the Vistamp almost hits the ground. And maybe that's on purpose, because it's just too much weight to kind of keep hanging in the air. So maybe the bottom one is supposed to kind of rest on the ground. But it doesn't get in the way. They all can connect pretty well. Spin around, that's 4, 5, 6, We have a spot for 4 more, so we'll go ahead and pop Jackal on here. Now we have Bata. Technically, it's not one of the 10, but we have a space for it, so why not? So that leaves us 2 more spots. Now I do have Kong and the Mantis, so they can go there until we eventually get the last one, which is the Brachio, which I think just came out. I don't have it yet, but it should be pretty soon. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you can kind of grab it from the top up here, move them around pretty easily. It will hold 10 by the time you're done. So that's pretty fun. I think it works. I mean, it's kind of a goofy looking holder, but for the most part, I think it works. Alright, so here is the Jackal Vistamp. I really like the look of this one. I think it looks pretty cool. I really like the kind of dark pink, magenta, metallic paint here for the Jackal itself. And then you have kind of a fluorescent yellow, translucent plastic. Now, I know X8's color scheme is kind of pink and green, but they kind of went with a fluorescent yellow here, which kind of has a greenish quality to it, but it's not really green. You can kind of see the molding for X8's crazy hair here, and I kind of like that a lot. It's got that same marbled pattern that all the rest have. Here's where you pull the tab out. The batteries are underneath. QR code. We'll hit the button up top. And then, of course, you got the metal down here for the stamp. But yeah, all in all, pretty cool. Good sound effects. Let's go ahead and bring in the Revice driver. All right, let's go ahead. So I love how it says the thing about the clear at the end, just like X8. Although I wish the picture here was a little bit more clear. This really doesn't come over that dark. This whole upper right quadrant just kind of looks like it's blank, which is a bit of a bummer. Final attack. All right, and the remix. Up next, we have the Buster 50. Alright, so I'll be honest, even when this does come through a little bit clear, I'm still not 100% sure what's going on. I can tell these are legs, and that's supposed to be the tail, and then the head comes around. But what's going on with, like, the mouth and the ears? Like, here, if we take this off, like, what is going on there with the head? I'm still not quite 100% sure. And then up last, the Gundaphone. Get a little Genom mention there. So I think this is a fun release. I mean, obviously, I think that the Jackal Vistamp is the most exciting part of the release, and it's a great Vistamp, another fun one to add to the collection. Metallic paint, translucent plastic all look really cool. Sound effects are great. You have a lot of compatibility, of course, with the driver and the O-Run Buster 50 and the Gundaphone, so there's a lot going on with this, and I think that's fun. It's been a fun line so far, and I'm really enjoying the gimmick this year. I always wish that the picture would come through a little bit clearer on the driver, but that's not any of the Vistamp's fault, that's the driver's fault, so I bring it up every time because it is still a bit of a bummer, but again, not the Vistamp's fault. I would say, though, that if you're going to pick up the Vistamp, you might as well get the booster pack because it makes sense to build the whole rocket ship. I don't know. What are we calling this thing? I'll just call it display stand for lack of a better term. But in any case, it really just looks like a piece of, like, playground equipment or something like that. That's really what it looks like to me. But in any case, this thing's neat. I think it's not the most, you know, space effective way to display your Vistamps, but then really what would be? I mean, it's going to take up a lot of room, but I think it's kind of neat, and you can just kind of slide them in and out, and it works. Yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, if you're going to get the set that has the Jackal Vistamp, you might as well get the other three so you can build the full display stand. And yeah, go from there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.